Things before we get started. I think most of you know these meetings are televised, so we'd ask you when you approach the podium, please let us know who you are and the business you represent, and you can lay your plans out on the desk besides the podium. If you haven't already done so, we please ask you to turn off your cell phones. And before we get started, I'd like to ask Cindy Ritz to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And as you all know, today's Veterans Day, so we'd like to thank the veterans, Kevin Kuchansky here at Radnor Township, and the veterans in Radnor Township for their community service and their service to the country. So why don't we get started? Our first applicant tonight is DRB 2015-58, the application of body intensity at 619 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for window lighting, and I don't believe the applicant's here yet, so we're going to hold off and we're going to jump over to number 2, which is DRB 2015-59, which is Bulldog Yoga at 775 Lancaster Avenue in Villanova for 3 wall signs. Hello there.
Hello.
And you are?
Katie Conasello with Bulldog Yoga.
Okay, Katie. All right. So you're going into the new building where the Villanova Post Office used to be?
Correct.
All right. So you're just the second applicant we've had so far for that building. So why don't you just, take 30 seconds to tell us a little bit about Bulldog Yoga before we look at your signage.
Sure, thank you.
Okay.
So Bulldog Yoga is a new, fresh take on yoga that we're very excited to be bringing to the community. We have recognized there's a huge opportunity for yoga to impact many more people's lives than it currently is impacting due to some intimidation factors that people that keep people away from the yoga studio. So to be quite blunt about it, we've taken the oming chanting Sanskrit out of yoga, and we are offering a brand that is simply the yoga, the physical postures combined with specifically curated music playlists set to each sequence in class.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you have different levels for the beginner?
Great question. We do. So we do have 3 different class offerings. We're not saying there's necessarily beginner or advanced. However, the specific classes have been intentionally created to speak to maybe perhaps more of a beginner, an intermediate, and an advanced, but anybody could take any of the classes and we would set them up for success.
Sounds
Great.
good. Sounds good.
Okay,
When do you
Katie.
expect to open?
We are slotted to open mid to late January.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. All right, Katie, so you're going to put up 3 signs.
Yes,
And
correct.
want to just tell us a little about your signage?
Sure. So we have signage on the north and east elevation. So we have a one sign. Should I put it here? Does this work? That is reclaimed wood. It is about 132 feet. We've got 132 inches. Excuse me. And it is reclaimed wood as well as red aluminum and brushed aluminum letters. Each letter is about 12¼ inches tall. Here is the sign right there.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a smaller sign that is going to be to the left of the front door on the north end, which is the black square with the gray and the red in the middle. We will also have lights underneath the long wooden signs that are going to be at the both north and east elevation that will protrude about 6 inches underneath just to illuminate the sign. And there is
Okay, good.
and then I will share this as well. It's maybe a bit difficult to see. However, here is really the whole mock-up with it on both elevations. It shows, I'm going to zoom in, where it'll be above the front door as well on both sides, the north and east. And then the top picture, you can see to the left of the long wooden sign is that smaller square sign.
Okay. So your letter height is a little over 12 inches.
A little over 12 inches, correct.
Which should be fine. And we have a requirement, you can't be any higher than 15 feet from grade.
Okay.
So you're fine on that also. Square footage, they're about 22.
It's about 22.
Yeah,
Mhm. That's good.
so we're good there.
That's good.
What else?
Good-looking
Lisa?
sign.
It looks good. So
Yeah.
how
Very
did you
good
get the
looking.
name? Do you have a bulldog or?
It's so funny. So I'm actually a Georgetown graduate, and it has
Okay.
the Hoyas. It has nothing to do with the fact that I am a Hoya. The investor and owner of the company, the brand, it was his idea, his name. It kind of goes along with. It's unexpected for a yoga studio. It's not very yogi. When we all think
Right.
of yoga, like I mentioned at the onset of this conversation, that there are intimidating factors of oming, chanting, namaste, which is I honor and I respect and I love all of that. But again, going after a certain market of people and wanting to bring people to yoga who we think would really love the actual physical practice, the name Bulldog is it speaks to that a bit. It's not what you expect.
Cute.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
Katie,
looks good.
getting back to the signs just for a second, the small sign?
Yes.
The placement on the small sign is going to be, can you just point it out for us?
Oh, yeah. So right here.
Okay.
That's the left of the door.
Is that, it's almost more just for identification purposes?
Exactly.
Okay. To what door to enter?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. On your door, I know you're going to have some graphics, and I'm sure you're going to have the address number on your door, too?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Anything else, guys? Are you going to have a plate on one of the ground signs out front, do you know? There's some of those monument or ground signs out front of the building.
Okay.
I know one right now just is framed out, but there's no plates in there yet.
Okay. I don't know
Okay.
if we plan on, if we're
Okay.
required to, then I'm sure we will.
Okay. Well, I think it's whoever can squeeze in there. There's like 4 or 5 tenants are going to get
Okay.
the use of the
Sure.
ground sign, so,
All right.
yeah, hopefully you do.
That'd be great.
Yeah. What else, guys?
I
Anything
think it's
else?
just a good presentation. I'm
Yeah.
good too.
Thank you.
Katie, any questions for the board?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
But thank you for your time.
You bet, thank you.
Cool.
Okay. Lisa, do you want to?
Sure.
Okay.
In the matter of DRB 2015-59, I move that we approve the 3 wall signs as submitted by Bulldog Yoga.
Okay, there's a
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great.
Wonderful.
Lots of
Thank
luck.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Katie.
Thank you.
Okay, next is DRB 2015-60, the application of Overbrook Golf Club at 801 Godfrey Road in Bryn Mawr for a ground sign. Hi there, how are you?
Hi, I'm Karen Halper. I'm the owner of Woodmaster Signs.
Nice to see you.
We're located in Broomall.
Yes, great. All right,
And we actually
Karen.
did that lovely Enke Park sign out front.
I'm sorry?
And we did that lovely Enke Park sign out front.
It looks very nice.
What,
Yeah.
Radnor Way, Little League?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
let's-
right here, yeah.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
Looks like Williamsport. Looks like,
Yeah, great. All right, Karen, you want to walk us through,
Yeah, I actually don't have a copy of my packet.
Here, you can
but,
use mine. I looked it over pretty carefully.
what's unique with this is the zoning that the country club is.
Yeah.
It's agricultural conservation. That's the zoning. So it kind of fits different than our like C1s and C2s and stuff like that. So it has a kind of a different set of rules than we're used to seeing.
Okay.
So-
Good catch.
Yeah.
Where's,
So it's zone
I'm sorry.
AC. Yeah.
what page?
I don't know.
All right.
It's in the book. But you'll see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the items in the packet is a mock-up of, it's hard to see where their existing sign is, behind where they want the new sign to be placed. It's just a little bit further forward. This is on Godfrey Road, which is, a rather quiet street.
Very.
And they want it a little bit closer, but it's still 35 feet from the
Right.
curb of Godfrey and 15 from the curb of the entrance road.
Okay. So there's no sightline problem then?
Correct.
Okay.
And we have this sketch showing you, in relation to the property, it's right here at the entrance, and the green area is their entire property.
Great.
So we have a little blow up there. This is the contract with all the specifications. And then this This is the drawing of the sign.
So the material's not going to be wood, though?
No, it's not. It's
Okay.
HDU, high-density urethane,
Right. Mm-hmm.
with a PVC core for strength. So it's a extremely long-lasting
Sure.
material, it doesn't rot. And we use two-part urethane paints, which are basically an automotive paint. So it's very long-lasting, just like car paint is.
Right. I know Woodmasters has been in business for a while. I guess years ago, they were probably all wood signs, right?
They were originally wood signs, and they
Yeah.
were originally hand-carved. But now we carve them by computer on a very large router. You have an 8-foot router
Right.
table, and they're carved by machine, and then the finishing work is done by hand. It was originally in Havertown.
Right.
And we bought the business from the previous owners in 2012. We had worked for them in the past installing their signs, and we knew them for many years, so when they retired, we took it over.
Great.
So
Many-
it's closer to Darby Paoli Road than the existing sign? I'm having trouble figuring out.
It's closer to Godfrey. Right here is Godfrey, and Sproul is on this side. They have a large sign that actually matches this sign.
On
out
Sproul.
Sproul.
Right.
Which is very large.
Right.
And up high. This one is just a little sign down on the side street, right where the entrance is.
Oh, so there is no sign there now?
There is a sign on the color picture.
Right.
You can barely see it behind this one. It's
Right.
just a plain, like a rectangle with rounded top and bottom.
Mhm.
They want the new sign to match the one that's out on Sproul Road.
Okay, I guess one of my questions is, I know there's some really expensive real estate across the street, a number of very expensive properties. And I'm just wondering if they've been notified? I mean, I'm just wondering if they would care that there's a big sign there now.
I
across the-
know that Steve, from Overbrook, was very clear that he wanted the sign to be minimal. He didn't want, they actually don't want to call attention to the entrance because it's a private club. So they really want it to be kind of, relatively small for the space, and just so the, membership and their guests can find it, but nothing that's, really, bothering anybody else, because they don't really want to call attention to themselves that way. That's what he said.
Right, because I mean, I think it looks great. I'm just thinking it definitely, at least this picture, it definitely pops at you in a much different
the way
way.
we drew it. And also, it's a very high-quality sign. It has the carved posts, and it has gold leaf, so it's a very classy-looking sign. It's not anything that's, of a low quality, so.
Karen, I mentioned about the zoning.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a unique zoning location. You're actually allowed 15 square feet total.
Okay.
So you're a little over.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going to have to bring that in a little bit.
Okay, we can bring it in a little.
Yeah, just so you're not exceeding 15 square feet.
Yeah, I don't recall right
think
this
it's-
second how many it is, but,
Yeah, I calculated like 17.3.
okay, yeah, we can make it
roughly.
just a little
Yeah,
smaller.
okay. All right.
I can see the previous location, right, on the, so it's tucked back a little more and angled, so you really couldn't see it. This is a more
It's
dominant.
a little further forward,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I sympathize with, the neighbors who, they don't want to advertise that either.
Yeah, just,
Okay. Karen, is it going to be illuminated at all or not?
No.
No illumination?
No, we
Okay.
don't have any plans for that.
Okay, I don't know if they're doing spots from the ground or
No.
anything. Okay. All right. And how about an address number somewhere on the sign or?
There's no plans for that at all.
Okay. I mean, Kevin, you feel we need an address number on that location, or is it pretty well known that?
I think it's pretty well known, obviously, when we have the opportunity to get an address, we would like to. So if you could consider maybe on the post, obviously that wouldn't be part of any additional sign area.
We've done that before with numbers on
Okay.
the post.
Okay, why don't we
Dan,
have
if
you
you'd-
put
I think
that
you
on the
should.
post? Yeah.
Yeah, we can do something that matches, that's
Okay.
either gold leaf or gold aluminum or.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you'll do something tasteful, so. yeah.
Okay.
All right. What else?
I think that's,
You all right?
okay, so it gives setback, but they've
15?
met that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Lisa, you all right?
well, I just was curious about the codes for if it's in a residential area.
It's agricultural, though.
It's agricultural.
Yeah,
it
so
doesn't-
it's, that's why the square footage has to be brought down, right? But other than that, no more than one sign.
Yeah, no more one signs. I guess,
I'm not sure
four
of the
apart.
square footage of the existing sign, but I could find that out if you want.
Okay.
I don't think it would
Yeah.
matter. If you're changing the sign, you have to comply,
Right.
you know.
To the
with
current
With the
code.
current code, yeah.
Yeah, you'll just have to bring it in a few inches, so, but just like I say, as long as it doesn't exceed 15 square feet.
Okay.
All right. And
What might happen with that is the posts probably get a little bit smaller, just so
Okay.
you know.
Well,
To keep it in proportion.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Karen, what I ask you to do is, when you figure out exactly what size you're going to make it, if you can just give a copy of that to Peggy, and that way it'll be in your files.
Okay.
All right, so corrected
Great.
copy.
Mhm.
Good, thank you.
We'll do that.
All right. You okay?
Did you know where that was? That's good. I said, how did you know that? I didn't recognize that that was in an agricultural.
Oh, I know
district.
everything.
He does.
Okay.
That's good.
Cindy, you want to take that?
Sure. In
Okay,
the matter of
thanks.
DRB 2015-60 Overbrook Golf Club, we approved the sign as presented with the stipulation that you reduce the square footage to 15 feet or smaller to comply with the restrictions in the agricultural zone.
Okay.
And the address, number.
And please add the address to the sign.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, great. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great.
All right,
Thanks,
great.
Karen, appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Do you need this? Okay, yeah.
Next on our agenda tonight is DRB 2015-61, the application of Villanova Spa and Nails at 795 East Lancaster Avenue in Villanova for a lighting change to their wall sign. And again, I don't believe the applicant's here, so why don't we jump over to our fifth applicant, which is DRB 2015-62, Christine Shirley at 104 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for an awning, and the applicant has asked this to be continued till December. So we'll see Christine Shirley in December. And we'll jump over to DRB 2015-63, the application of Brian Marcus Center at 789 East Lancaster Avenue in Villanova for four wall signs. I have handheld mics too, if you guys need them.
I didn't
In
know we were
addition
putting
to-
on an entertainment show for you, too, tonight.
Oh,
Great,
yeah.
all right.
I can't sing, I don't know about that.
Okay, all right.
Can you dance? Something. We need something.
Maybe at a wedding, but
Oh, all right.
you know, I'm not sure about tonight.
Okay, good.
My name's Sean Whalen. I'm an attorney with Claire Harrison Harvey Brandsburg, here representing Thomas Jefferson University. Suzanne Milner is here on behalf of the university, and we are bringing forward to you proposed signage for the Bryn Marcus Center of Integrative Medicine. This is a new center which is replacing the Staples at 789 East Lancaster. This is actually in the rear building setback from the street, so there's actually a site plan, should be in the materials that you were provided, but.
Okay, good.
So.
All right. So,
Lancaster Ave is here, and we're bordered by South Ave, 476, up this way, and we're the rear building back here.
okay. So everything is only going to be visible from the rear of the building? No signage in the front portion?
There's.
there is.
Yeah, there's.
On both
there-
sides.
There are three signs, A, B, and C, at the south side of the
Right.
building, and then one sign
In the back?
on the back. of the
Okay.
building. There will be no signage along Lancaster Avenue, or actually visible from Lancaster Avenue.
Okay.
In the monument sign that's pre-existing.
Okay, good.
You'll be in the monument side?
We will not be in the
Oh, you won't
monument
be?
sign as of now.
Okay.
It's
good.
actually completely full.
Okay,
They would have to reconfigure it to get us.
right. Okay, so why don't you talk a little bit about the type of signs and your size and stuff like that?
Okay, and I'll introduce Stephen Bayshore from Cloud Kashan. They're the design professionals who are
Great.
putting this up for us.
That does pretty well. It's
Okay.
great.
Hello, my name is Stephen Bayshore. We are proposing that we're going to be placing 3 signs.
Stephen, you know what, maybe it'll be easier to use a handheld.
Sure.
Yeah. That way,
Our viewers at home.
Is this on?
Yes.
Hello? Okay. We'll be proposing 3 signs that will be placed in the existing, where existing signage was. At the top portion of the building, those were the 3 signs on the front of the building. They're box signs, and the letters are acrylic push-through letters, which will be internally illuminated with LEDs.
When you say the front, do you mean the south? Or your entrance is on the north side of the building, right? But-
Correct.
So are you showing me the south side? I do get sometimes.
Yes, we are. We're showing you the south.
Okay, so when you pull into the parking
lot.
lot from 30,
Right.
you'll be able to see these signs?
That's
Okay.
correct. You'll be coming in through the entrance,
Yes, okay,
and then you'll see the 3 that are placed there, which we're showing in this rendering.
yeah.
And this should be the 3rd page of the materials
Yeah.
that were presented to you.
Okay, now so it's going to be an acrylic sign,
No,
push-through letters.
It's going to be an aluminum sign,
Aluminum,
box
sorry.
sign
Okay,
with acrylic push-through letters,
okay,
which will be internally illuminated.
okay.
And this is set forth in the 4th page of.
The,
Here's an actual
Right.
blow-up of
the
what.
signs around are any internally illuminated sign. At nighttime, the background has to look black, basically an opaque.
Correct.
So you know that?
Correct.
Okay, good.
This is all metal,
Okay.
aluminum. The only part that will be lighting up will be the
Terrific.
actual
Okay.
acrylic letters. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Looks good.
It's a
Yeah.
nice-looking sign. Yeah. And of course, it's above 15 feet, but that's a special exception for that shopping area. We accept that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Staples had previously received relief, and we
Yep.
just went through some protracted litigation with the property owner, and this resulted in a settlement agreement, and we added signage to that so that what
Good.
was there previously could remain and kind of apply throughout the development, just kind of shorten the process, but would still require approval from this board, so.
Great. I just think anyone who's listening should know why that's
Correct.
permitted, and yes.
So the height and locations are subject to the stipulation agreement. The area of the signs is subject back to the zoning code.
Okay.
And then we also have the sign on the back side of this building.
The backside being the northern facade of the building.
And we're showing an existing condition and then the new condition.
And this is the same lettering, same signage in a
Correct.
smaller form.
in a
Is that
smaller
your
form.
entrance, or is your entrance on the other side? I was,
This is the entrance
yeah,
of the building.
okay, they'll come around the building.
Correct.
Yeah, okay, great.
Okay, so the north sign is just shy of 38 square feet.
I believe
Correct.
that's correct.
Right.
Okay, and your linear frontage on that building is,
On the building?
yeah, on the frontage there. Any idea? You should be allowed up to 50 square feet as signage. I'm
It's
sure
got
your
to be.
fronts.
I'm just looking, they have this whole
Yeah,
section.
it's long.
Yeah.
So you're going to be, but you're okay on the back too, I believe. How far does your property extend on that back photo?
I believe it extends to that
th-
portion, right?
This is actually shown, if you turn to the back page, the last page of the materials that were provided to you, there's actually a building plan. We'll put that up here on the main sign. So Mr. Bayshore was correct in where he was delineating the divide.
Right, so that,
You're going to be fine with
Yeah.
the square footage, yeah. Yeah. You have up to 50 square feet, and you're well below it, so, yeah, you're fine. I think the two blank panels, naturally, we're going to look at those as signage.
we do look at those?
No,
as-
no,
I
no,
love,
absolutely
yeah.
not.
Actually, if you look on this drawing, we do have the square footage located
Right,
here.
right,
We're totaling a total of 166 with all signs.
okay.
We included the blue panels
Yeah,
out of an
Okay, yeah.
abundance of caution.
Right, exactly.
To make sure that you
Yeah,
had
I
it.
don't think
You
we-
you didn't, look at anything like we were trying to skip it past.
Right, right.
No,
gotcha.
no, we didn't think you were.
Yeah,
It'll look great,
yeah, that looks terrific.
yeah.
And no other signage, no window signage, nothing like that you're going to put in? It's
Not-
just
not at this time.
What we see is what we're getting?
Right, what you
Okay.
see is what you're getting.
Okay, good. All right. Want to take that one, Lisa?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
sorry,
I'm
other
sorry.
questions for us?
Ms. Milner just did
Yeah.
describe. I discussed with Mr. Kashansky putting in an hours of operation
Oh, that's fine.
on the
That's good,
door.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just to let
positively.
you know that there will be.
No
that
problem at all.
signage as well.
No problem.
And there, you know what, I know each of those spaces has its own designation, number-wise, so somewhere on the building is which one is, if you had an emergency vehicle come and they couldn't tell which one of the 3 buildings they had to go to, there is a designation for each
Each of the
business,
buildings
right?
has an address. I don't know, and I believe the suites may have
Yeah.
some sort of identification.
Okay.
I know we went through this with Bernie Robbins, and I think that this last week or
Yeah.
last month, they were putting up an address on theirs
They-
potentially.
They put it on their door, or
I
did
think it
they
was above the
put on
door
that
in-
panel
in
above,
one of
or
the
that
panels.
angled piece,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah.
I believe it's put just above the door by
I mean, you are
property
the
owner.
emergency place. I'm thinking people, they'll be dragging people into you, but just in case.
That's exactly what we hope on.
Yeah. Dragging, I don't, yeah.
Okay, good. Well, you guys will figure out where that address should go. And like you
Yes.
said, the property owner, I guess, is going to have the final say on that.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, terrific. Any other questions for the board?
I don't.
You guys all right?
Do you have any questions?
Okay. Lisa, want
Sure.
to take a motion? Thank you.
In the matter of DRB-2015-63, I move that we approve the 4 wall signs as submitted by, I guess, do you want me to say the line? By Bryn? Is it the Bryn Marcus Center of Integrated Medicine?
Great.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
You
coming.
might not get your mic back from
That's
that now.
okay.
You know, we didn't ask them if they wanted to share what's going on there, which I think would be appropriate.
Yeah,
Sure, sure. We have an integrative medicine center. in
But you
Center-
need to speak into the mic.
Sorry. We do have a Center for Integrative Medicine in Center City at 925 Chestnut. This integrative medicine center will have a combination of exam rooms. They'll have some massage and other things like that. They'll have infusion, but they typically do things like vitamin infusions for people that want that. They teach relaxation therapy. And then one of the things that we're very excited about is this location will actually have the first PET MRI in the area.
Wow.
Now, that won't open until the spring. The other areas will open in mid-November.
Wow,
So, yeah.
that's great.
Yeah. And we are very excited. Mr. Marcus was a very generous donor in helping us to do this, so we're very happy that we're able to get his name up there, too.
terrific. Great, lots of luck.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you. Okay. Doesn't look like anybody is showing from body intensity. DRB 2015-58, body intensity, is that a denial? Okay.
If they're not here, yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's a denial. And the application of DRB 2015-61, the application of Villanova Spa and Nails, they have not shown, and that's also a denial. Is there any other business for our board tonight?
Yeah, there's one,
Oh, I'm sorry,
Wait a minute.
Starbucks?
yeah.
So nothing was submitted.
Nothing
You know, We
submitted.
were kind of holding that spot open for them. They had indicated that they wanted to get in, and we were trying to help facilitate that
Okay.
in a variety of different ways, but nothing was submitted, so.
Okay, all right, so that was
Okay.
DRB 2015-64, the application of Starbucks, so.
So we'll just keep these applications, the one that's been
Yeah.
denied, they may come back? Does that
Exactly.
mean they pay again?
I'm not sure.
If you're denied, do you pay again? If you're continued, it means you've requested a continuance,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, denial, this application is denied, so a new application would have to go through the process
Yeah.
all over again.
Okay,
All right, great. All right, I guess that'll do it for tonight. I'll
Thank you.
See you next month. Thank you.
Yeah. should we move to adjourn? Do we do that anymore?